Welcome to Sherwin-Williams.
Hi there. I heard paints are 40% off.
Yep, and stains too.
Right here.
Mm-hmm. Only at your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store.
Right now.
Well, September 20th through 23rd.
Right on.
Right? Ask Sherwin-Williams, September 20th through 23rd, and save 40% on paints and stains, with sale prices starting at $23.09. Only at your local Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Go.
I'm testing zombies, Mike. Go
Okay,
ahead.
testing mic 1. This is mic 2, right? Okay.
What?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, no.
Okay, testing. Mateo, test.
Test. 1, 2, test.
Test, 1, 2.
Pat.
Testing.
Pat is very much like the slant, right?
This is an incredible piece of technology.
Would you like to say something?
Yeah, say something.
Oh, man, I can't believe it.
That's the only words he's getting out today.
Everyone else said test, and John goes, I can't believe it.
Yeah, Rob said we were going to share Mike, but this is the only going to hear me at all.
No, we'll get to you.
Yeah, but
The last episode was so zombie-centric.
Right.
Come on, share the bowl. We test mics. All right, testing mic 1.
Okay, testing mic 2.
Testing like 3.
Oh my God, I can't believe it.
Copycat.
Testing, Mike. Check.
That should be good.
Yeah, one episode we're just going to test the mics all the way through. So that's all we're going to do. Oh, man, this is very exciting. We have a couple of guests here.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
Real quickly, first guest here is Mateo Pascali, who, Mateo does Frank Terranova podcast constantly, and he gets the very tender Mateo Pascali. We get the one that trips on edibles.
Yeah. We get the one that goes to open mics and yells.
Right.
Yeah.
The very scary Mateo. You're very dark.
I like Mateo.
Yeah, you might as well call me a black man.
Yeah.
50 seconds in. And,
He called himself earlier a Guido 8 Mile at the mic. Yeah.
Right, I didn't see it, by the way.
I'm just happy we're on Staten Island and an Italian said black man. So that's actually very respectful.
Yeah, no, we don't know what those are, by the way. We know another word. Okay. This is exciting. I know John Zombie's very excited because he's a huge Comedy Fight Club fan.
Yeah, Fight Club.
Okay. We have the commissioner, Matt Maran.
What's up?
Yeah, the only reason we have you back is Gene Oakland died, so we had to get another commissioner. But it's amazing that's your nickname. That's like
What?
The commissioner.
The commissioner of Comedy Fight Club. Yeah,
it's such a great name.
Yeah, I like it. I'm a fan.
These intros are so long, it's called the Gooncast now.
I started listening again. And,
I did, by the way. I liked when you introduced Mateo. He just bowed but didn't say anything. I said this isn't an audio podcast.
And of course, Patrick Haggerty.
Yeah.
You rejoin us.
I'm the commissioner of Project Comedy Mayhem.
There's a significant difference. Again, it's an audio podcast, but Matt looks so much bigger than you. It's not even close.
I'm down like 25 pounds too.
This is your heir apparent, right? This is the guy.
The heir to the throne.
Yeah. How do you feel about the name Project Comedy Mayhem?
I like it.
I think it fits so well.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be a little bit different, right? And it's going to be very more. And Fight Club is already like a very heavy show,
but it's still within the character. Like it has a character. It's like within the same like project. Like over the top, like doing something ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, we've done the show a couple times. It is truly comedy mayhem.
It's insane.
Yeah.
At one point during the show, Pat's yelling "faggot" for no reason. Just
watch him like Kevin Hart did.
Yeah, just yelling.
Yeah. No, there's a reason.
I'm sure there was a reason. I know.
Well, you went up against John Kirshner. There's always a reason.
Yeah. Right. So. Well, when we did one at after Muscle Fest recently, that was the.
Oh, was that the one at the festival?
Yeah, the one that you missed because of some stupid surgery.
Oh, that one. I thought you were talking about the Staten Island Comedy Festival one.
Oh, no,
I heard that we did Muscle Fest followed by a Comedy Fight Club, and then I bailed on you to get brain surgery.
Terrible excuse, by the way. Terrible excuse.
Yeah, seriously. The December one was it was a Christmas themed.
I was supposed to be on that. Yeah,
you were supposed to be a Jew.
Yes.
We did a Jews versus Christmas.
You sent Jill Wiener and Dan Abraham to that, and they were not fans of Muscle Fest.
It was supposed to be the three of us. It was already going to be funny because I'm like the least Jewish looking Jew, and they're the most Jewish looking.
And their opponent was Mark Henley, who's Jewish, and he's playing,
he is.
Yeah, he was playing
know
Christmas.
That.
Yeah.
He's playing Christmas.
And Jill Wiener's not Jewish.
Right.
What? Yes, she is.
No, she's not.
She said she's
No,
She
she's
said
Really?
she's not. Yeah.
Are you serious?
That's what she said, unless she's lying about being Jewish.
I mean, I guess it could be her dad's Jewish with the last
Right.
name Wiener, and her mom
Yeah.
isn't. Yeah, that's possible.
Yeah. Something like that.
The one guy did not like the Muscle Fest. He didn't
Dan?
get. Yeah, he didn't get the. I don't think he got the irony. You know.
Pageantry.
He was like, I don't get it. None of these people are actually muscular.
Well, did it stop for like Mike Kramer and John Fox? They all took off their shirts.
Oh, there was like 7 of them in a row getting naked, and like,
the poor audience had to see John Fox's body.
Oh God! It's like opening a covenant of like the Ten Commandments. Head plugs.
Right, yeah.
Great way to put it, Mateo.
Indiana Jones.
The commissioner of the analogies. But it could have been worse. They could have seen John Fox's set.
They had to say that anyway.
He did a set just without a shirt on.
They cancel each other out and it becomes good.
You know what? Yeah, exactly. I was going to say it was a lot better.
Yeah. Right.
He's a huge fan of the Fight Club. He's huge.
Oh,
he knows every statistic.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We don't even have statistics.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Well, he's like the Bill James of Fight Club.
He's got the sabermetric stats.
Yeah.
Right. He has the advanced comedy Fight Club statistics.
At some point, just making up things.
His sister contributes to his wins above replacement.
What a beautiful mind.
His sister.
Yeah.
Well, John Fox's sister, we met her at a show a while back, and she's really pretty, and just most of all, disproportionately attractive compared to John Fox.
Yeah.
And so I just started introducing him to his Fight Club by just saying random facts about him. Like I would be like, he's from New Jersey, and I want to fuck his sister. And no matter what, I'll always say that. And the crowd started chanting "fuck his sister" now every time he's there. He brought his sister once and told her. I'd met her before. I was cool with her, so she knew about it and said. At first, John said like she was like what the fuck, but I met her and I saw her and I told her, I was like, it's all fucking around, right? She said yeah. So then at the show, John had just gotten jaw surgery, and I introed him with his sister in the crowd. And I said he just got jaw surgery and his sister's going to need it once I'm done with her. And afterwards she was like, yeah, I get it. But John hates it. We made a change.org campaign for people to sign to hit John to bring his sister back to Fight Club. Get as many signatures as we could.
Well, it's very funny how you go right from fuck John's sister to an AIDS chant.
Oh, yeah.
It's like such a weird.
He texted me when I was in the hospital saying his sister hopes I'm doing well during brain surgery. I said, does she want to fuck?
So you'll turn it off.
Yeah.
Poor guy. He probably was like a real heartfelt, like, should I
Exactly,
message him?
yeah.
Or the next message.
He basically doesn't take anything seriously.
I don't remember what. One time he texted me something like, I don't know what happened, but he just said like sending you a hug, and I think it was kind of genuine, but also kind of being corny. And I said, "Can I get one from your sister instead?" He's like, I was actually trying to be nice to you.
That's the funny thing about Fight Club. What?
There were no cookies in there. There's not in the back.
Mateo, there are no cookies. Don't worry about it. Calm down. There are no
I
cookies.
threw out an empty thing of the Milanos, and he's like, "Wait, there's more in there."
There's crumbs.
You're the last person should be eating any type of cookies on this show. You
I'm gonna die.
You stoner.
fucking yelling like a psychopath.
Yeah.
You've done Fight Club several times. Right? Yeah. How does he do? He's not.
My favorite moment was he went against Chloe McGovern, and his opening line was, "Chloe has majestic eyes."
No, joke. Chloe has the beautiful, neurotic, majestic eyes of a deer about to get smacked by a car.
He didn't even get to the deer part before everyone just lost it. He's roasting someone and calls them majestic and neurotic.
It's like the weirder you are, the better you do there. Like it's that.
You can get a reaction, but I think the crowd usually, when it comes to actually picking a winner, sometimes they'll troll for a round, but they'll give it to who deserves it. Usually,
Right.
Usually it happened. I mean, it's gone the other way before.
That's like the beauty of it. I think that's what's funny about the whole thing, because you have like these, because you have a core of roasters throughout you've been doing it for 4 years basically.
3 years, a little over 3 years
right?
now.
And you have a really good core of roasters, like Sam Stevens is really good, Jake Vever is very
Bobby
good,
Sheehan,
Bobby Sheehan,
Catherine Zenny.
Yeah. And then you have those core, and then you had like all these like my guys from Staten Island. I have a bias. Pat, you're very good at the Fight Club.
Yes.
And fucking Mike Kramer, he's hilarious.
Yeah.
And then you get guys like John Fox, and Zombie has like appeared.
I still can't figure out how I won any of like my matches.
Did you win?
Yeah, I won. I beat Tommy.
Which asked John Fox, the statistician.
I'm sorry, you didn't see the picture in his room where it's him, was you holding his hand. Matt, just signed Matt Maran on there.
I think I went up like 4 times. I think I won like
you
2.
beat Tommy Carroll.
Yeah, I beat Tommy Carolyn and who else did I beat?
Caps.
John, No, I didn't.
I'm undefeated.
No, you didn't beat him.
I was
You didn't beat him, but you won one of the rounds.
Okay.
No. I'm trying to remember.
This is not the part people want to hear, by the way.
I'm undefeated at Fight Club. I'm undefeated at Comedy Fight Club.
Yeah.
I've been in 100 matches. I've won all 100.
Pat, you're like the Kurt Angle of Comedy Fight Club.
What a villain, though.
Yeah. I'm the heel of Comedy
Well,
Fight
it's
Club.
very structured like...
No, that's Brendan Jones.
Yeah, well, he's the actual heel. I'm the play heel.
It's very structured like pro wrestling because you have like a
Right.
Jonesy and Pat. I've seen you turn people off. Using a particular word, by the way.
Well, no, not me.
When that happens, because that happened how many times?
A lot. What? People saying that word
saying
or
the N-word.
Oh, that's happened a few times.
Yeah.
And 7 times at least.
Do you get
7.
upset or?
I don't get upset. I try and, it's a tough situation and I'll try and handle it. There's times where people have done it and it hasn't gone over badly.
I mean, yeah.
No, most of the time it does.
Funny stuff when Darren Joseph did it. That was like the pinnacle.
Darren Joseph. Oh, yeah, when he called Faruqa sand.
I got a laugh when I said it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a little chuckle.
Yeah, it's, I like dealing with the shit show.
Yeah.
Like, I think a lot of people like having a mindset of anything can happen. I want to actually have a show where anything can happen, and I want to be good enough that I can deal with it no matter what it is.
Yeah, you've managed to make it so that even if someone does something like that or does anything else that's offensive, it doesn't reflect poorly on the show. It only reflects poorly on them.
Well, we were running
which is fine.
Comic Book Jones. The second show we did.
Oh my god, it was
almost. I mean, Zombie was a
contributor
of this. Almost 6 performers said the N-word, like within the first 15 comedians. Yeah. And I remember being a little annoyed because the show was going so well and it was a packed crowd and everything like that. But the only thing people were going to walk away remembering that everyone was really racist.
Yeah, it was called the N-word show.
Right.
Yeah, I remember
I will say one thing in kind of my defense. The only reason that I was so liberal with my use of the word is because so many people before me had gone up and used it. I figured it's like, okay, everybody else is going up and use it. It's like nobody's like...
This was the apology people
saying much to it.
Zombie.
Oh, but no, the reason I said it is because everyone else is saying it.
Don't be a sheeple.
My producer.
I'm a born sheeple.
Everyone lay off John Zombie. Okay, now you can get booked again. That's great.
Yeah. I'm sure they all understand. Now that you've said that.
Yeah. I don't need to explain why I said it.
John Zombie for apologies like to Jesse Jackson to the black community.
Yes.
Great analogy, man.
Yeah. Killing it with the analogies again.
I mean, obviously, I'm not a racist. I allowed Travis Grant, the first black guest on this podcast, ever to be on here. So,
and think about how great things have been for black people ever since then.
It's only been a week.
But there's been a lot of just dumb or awful stuff that's happened at Fight Club, and you can look at it in the way of being angry at them for ruining the show, or just try and come up with a way to make someone's mistake not ruin the show.
Has Castor Tano, Maddie Crespo, have they ever gotten annoyed with anything, Lance?
Yeah, they have.
Lance, it seems like when I watch, he gets genuinely annoyed at something.
I don't know, but Maddie, I know
he's so funny where it's just that's fucking shit.
Maddie, I know, has gotten upset before. Chris has gotten annoyed before also. Really? I mean, to the point where they've will just say not. I mean, there's some people if they're not helping the show, or there's some people who just are shitty to other comedians also. I just won't book them anymore. Yeah. Which is people who them being in the room just creates a bad vibe, and it's not worth giving them. They're not going to do well. Right. But, I want people to go for it. Sure. And if they fail, they'll know they fail. I'm not going to not let them know they failed. I'm not going to say it's okay. You're going to bomb. You're going to know you did bad, and I'll shit on you for doing bad.
That's part of the allure of the show anyway, is that people go there. It's funny, and also people are trying to go that next.
Yeah, I'd rather people go for it. But also, if they fail, I don't like not letting them know they failed and saying it's okay, you went for it. It's you went for it, but, you got to feel that you sucked. So know not to make that mistake again.
Could you name one where it was like so bad, where it was like, oh my god, that was terrible, and you never, and then would you book that person again, or
never for anything anyone's just said on stage.
Yeah.
There's nothing I could think of where I wouldn't book them because of what they've said. If consistently they're going up and never and. Yeah, honestly, even the people who've said awful stuff that I don't really book, it's more because of like people feeling threatened by them as people.
Well, it is a very party atmosphere.
Yes.
Right? So, like, you don't want that person ruining the good mood.
Exactly.
You know?
I would call it the high school football game of comedy.
That's what I always say.
I don't know if that's a compliment.
It's a cool environment because when you do well, you feel like a king, and then when you do poorly, it's an aggressive bomb. It's a personal bomb.
People have always referred to your show as open door, quote unquote. That's not my words. Is that changing because of the new venue?
A little bit. There's people who I'm more careful about booking, or at least I'll do if I'm doing a lineup. I won't do a lineup full of people I haven't seen before. I'll probably, once we're at the stand, it'll probably be less people on the show. It'll be a shorter lineup because we'll have the judges table. So I'll be a little more selective, but I'm not going to put just anybody who messages me up every week, but I'm still keeping it pretty open, as I want to give people a chance.
I think it should be more exclusive.
I can tell you who not to book.
It's a little more exclusive.
Yeah, like this Nate Alexander. This guy should not be doing this.
I've talked to him. He's a fun, entertaining part of the show, but he would like walk out of the room when Maddie would go up on stage because he didn't thought that she was being mean to him and it was mean spirited and not me. But then like me and Rich Vosseros messaged shit on him and he has no problem with it.
Right.
He was doing stuff to Crespo and it's like if you're being disrespectful to people on the show, it's not a club show. Or
he has to understand this is not kangaroo comedy.
Yeah, it's also just it's not. This wasn't a show that was put on by a club or further. This was like just all of us in the basement creating a thing ourselves. So for me, it's like it's a comedians thing, and so if somebody's doing something to hurt other comedians or throwing other comedians under the bus, just kind of being shitty to us, I don't want that person to be a part of the show.
Does it feel a little weird that like you because you created it like basically from the ground, like it's like you and your friends, and now it's getting a lot of attention because you guys got picked up by Gas Digital.
Yeah,
it's like that's got to be a little crazy, like
a little bit. Because
it's just you and like Chris is your friend, and Justin.
It's like a bunch of nobodies.
Yeah, it's like holy shit, now there's all this attention on the show.
I guess you hear things like this, but you don't think of you doing it. Just the idea of like I'm doing stand up for years, and I'm not getting booked at clubs. I got passed for late night at the comic strip, which is go up at 10 o'clock at night for 3 people. But and it's just like you're doing it, and I become like I know people everywhere I go. I do well at most open mics, and then nothing's happening, and it's like, well, you create your own opportunity and your own platform, and you hear about people doing that, but you never like know necessarily how to do it. But then kind of something like this falls in your lap, and I just like go at it 110%.
It's true, and you're a great example for this. And like when you're starting out, you're like you always have that idea that you're just going to get on stage, and the right person's going to see you.
Yeah.
They're gonna push you through, and that never happens.
Yeah,
unless you're Michael Che, like that never happens. So what you do is you create your own opportunities, and you create.
Well, Michael Che created his own show in Brooklyn, and that's like what helped him.
I pushed him through.
Yeah,
what show was that?
What did he do to the knitting factory?
I think it was it knitting? Was his? That was Hannibal's. I don't remember what it was. I know Che had a show in Brooklyn that popped off.
Just a stand-up comedy show.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. That's awesome.
And that's what most people are lazy, and they just think that someone's gonna not even lazy.
Well, it's like that. It's like that story of like they were there to see him that night,
right?
But then I went up. And,
they were there to see Dan Sauter. Then I went up, and then now it's me who's on Billions.
Yeah.
No, that never happens.
Yeah.
No, they leave after Dan Sauter's right.
But there's also, there's things I was doing before then. There's things I know a lot of comedians just do a thing and nothing ever comes of it.
Of course.
So
yeah. No, but the thing has its own value. You're getting on a lot of cool shows. You were getting, even before the stand came into play, you were getting on cool shows because people were booking you because they knew you from Fight Club.
I can just say one thing. The late night guy, British James something.
James Corden?
Yeah, he does like rap roast battles.
Yeah.
Do you think that he I always feel like stuff like this is bottom up. So like, he got so big, he took his idea from the stand and you and everything.
In general, there's kind of like the roasting thing is big right now.
Yeah.
And, I'm trying to do it well. One, ride the wave, but also do it a little bit different because you don't want to just be a fad that goes away and then we have nothing. And I think we're doing it like pro wrestling. I think sets it apart a little bit.
I think Comedy Fight Club is different from like
Roast Battle,
from Roast Masters.
Yeah.
One thing Gomez did well with Roast Masters early on, he put a lot of good matches against each other.
Yeah.
And also. He let because your show's different where they go tit for tat, right?
They go tit for tat, and we do timed rounds.
Rounds with Roast Masters. That's where they go tit for tat. Yeah, and I also like the dynamic where you're in the middle and you get a quick line out. I always think that's funny. I mean, you always have something because sometimes someone bombs really bad.
Yeah,
and then why everyone's just looking at each other like and then you come up with something that's really quick. And I think that's what makes the show entertaining, and also the free for all atmosphere. Is different. And now moving to the stand, will it have that same atmosphere? What do you think?
I mean, I'm going to do everything I can to keep as much of that vibe as I can, but I'm also just going to kind of feel the room that I'm in.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll still be hosting it the same way, and my plan is to stand up there and do the same timed rounds and all.
Because Fight Club it's an animalistic atmosphere. Like you have the chanting. And I know Roast Master did the same there, but it just felt more professional. And I don't know, I like the chanting. I like the at any moment someone could say something in the crowd and get a big fucking pop.
I'm a fan of all the chants except for the age chant.
You don't like the age chant.
I like the age chant, just don't like the guy that takes credit for starting it.
Did Nick Cara actually start it or not?
He did.
He claims to be.
Now
you heard it here.
He started it.
Mateo also thinks Duca has a big following on Reddit. I mean,
I didn't say following. I did not say that. I say that video has been shared around a lot.
On the way here,
12 times.
Yeah.
No, I've seen it on the R Come Town subreddit at least 3 times.
I thought it was on the autism Reddit. Isn't it on the autism Reddit?
Did you just use the number 3?
I was at a mic and this guy's in the R Come Town Reddit and he said, "Oh, this guy's like, yeah," and he was like, he's showing like 100 upvotes.
Who was the guy that showed you the? Do you know?
It was a guy Halyards.
Oh, so it was Stavros?
No. Anyway, my question.
Yeah, man, you love Duca. We get it. All right.
Yeah. They're kindred spirits.
Yeah. Well, as I was saying, well, do you know? You don't have to answer this if you're not at liberty to say. But I'm saying,
no, you do. You do.
Do you know if the new the show at the is going to be the smaller room or the bigger room?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess he's not at liberty to say.
Yeah, Matt, I should have said I'm not at liberty to say.
I can't. I'm actually offended that you asked that
like
question.
you're hiding something, Maran.
Come on, stop dodging the fucking questions already.
You know what, man?
Right. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to try and keep it, different venue. It's going to feel different. I mean, it depends on how the room looks also. That's some of it, being in a basement. And also, I mean, the fact that I get a line in, helps me be able to book anyone I want. Because if they're bad, I can just recover.
Right.
Yeah.
But
you were talking about exclusivity. You'll be able to only pick who you want for the stand.
I mean, but I still want to give opportunities to people who maybe. I mean, there's some people who it's like I think they're a decent joke, right? And I'll give them a spot, and they do okay, and then get better. And I like being able to do that for comics. No one did it for me when I was starting, and so.
Are you open to? Because you hear a lot of bring Rich Voss, bring Big J Okerson as judges. Are you open to doing that?
Yeah, so when we first got the stand, Lewis and them were telling me they all want to be judges.
Yeah.
So I think our plan was going to be, because we usually have the audience pick the winner, was maybe do audiences pick the winner. If it goes to overtime, judges pick the winner, and either way, judges get to comment after the battle.
Right.
And for the main event, the judges pick the winner. Something like that.
You could even have them speak first and then ask the audience. See if the judges kind of change their.
This is a serious question I was thinking about in my head a lot this week. Is Roast Masters LA still exists?
Yeah, Roast Battle in LA.
Yeah. So how are we going to change the name dynamic of
we work together on the Roast Battle website when they have the rankings. The New York rankings were Roast Battle. Now it's Comedy Fight Club's rankings.
So they're going to change the name eventually to in the LA Roast Masters to yours.
In LA it's just called Roast Battle. It's like Jeff Ross and all of them. So I mean, I'm not planning on changing the name. I don't think they are either.
Okay. No, I wouldn't change the name.
Yeah,
I mean the whole point of you moving there is because the brand.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Comedy Fight Club is such a great name.
Yeah, and as far as the chants and everything, kind of the only thing I could say for that is all the people who come to Fight Club now come out to the stand and make it that environment. The environment was created by the crowd. So
when did it hit? When did you knew it was oh shit, this is really good?
I'd say even a few months in, it wasn't necessarily chance yet, but it was just we were back at Lovecraft, and after a few months, when I just started acting like it was a really big deal, there was one comic, Jeremy Hammond, actually, who's he's a Brooklyn guy and seems like almost like he tries to act like too cool for things.
Yeah. He's very woke,
but but I remember once or like a few months in, he told me that he wants to come to Fight Club. He comes to Fight Club. He said he wants to hate it and think it's corny, but then he can't help but get into it. And so I'm like, if I can get somebody
that guy would say.
Yeah. But still, I'm like, if he's going to enjoy it, nothing against him. I haven't seen him in a while, but I like him.
Yeah.
But if there's people who like don't want to like it, but can't help but enjoy it,
what is there really not to like? I mean,
but I mean, just like getting a whole room into it and just seeing a room like get into it. I remember there was like a couple battles early on where someone recorded one battle and the whole crowd just standing up the whole time. And then I was like, there's something here, and then just kind of kept building it. The first night we were at Lucky Jack's was incredible.
Yeah. You took a big jump when you moved to Lucky Jack's. Like it was already this really cool, popular show, and then when you went there was something about it that it kind of took a little step.
Lovecraft was such a weird environment. It's a goth nightclub. It's like.
Yeah, there were pillars in the middle of the room that would block the view.
I went to one at
This was more of a show.
Oh, that was the one with the Illuminati thing in the background?
Not the Illuminati.
Well, that's why Matt is moving to the stand.
Now I figured it all out.
Yeah.
The more popular the show becomes, the more I'm like, you realize this started in front of an Illuminati pyramid sign?
That's right.
In a goth bar that's now closed.
There's going to be
closed, really?
Yeah.
There should be a YouTube channel created by Mateo Pascali. And there's going to be creepy music in the background and the audio being played.
Well, I make a lot of creepy audio music. I have fucking demos on my phone.
You ever listen to Mateo's podcast? It's the most frightening thing.
I think I heard a clip of you like ranting about Russian stuff.
He is.
That's an old podcast.
Oh, okay.
Well, people really do think he's 65 years old. My friend who listens to the show, he's like, "Who's the old guy?" And when Terranova was on, I was like, "Oh, Frank Terranova, he's hilarious." He's like, "No, that's the younger sound. No, the other old guy." I'm like, "You mean I had Byron Sadiq? You mean Byron Sadiq? No, the guy with the raspy voice." I'm like, Mateo's 19.
I'm not 19. I'm young. I was saying the Russian was in my podcast, Talking Schlock, over a new one.
Okay, you have a new one.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's definitely the classic talking show.
I'm more of a talking schlock guy.
I almost booked Noam Chomsky in that show.
You almost booked Noam Chomsky?
Yeah.
What would you have two talked about?
I asked him to debate. Noam Chomsky at the time debated is really.
Patrick, you played Noam Chomsky. Mateo, interview Noam Chomsky.
No, I was going to finish the story.
What questions do you have to ask, comrade? I am Noam Chomsky.
I was talking about at the time because Noam Chomsky debated a very high exiled purged member of Scientology. And it was all over the internet.
Well, I am very pleased to meet you.
The last time he started going on rants like this, he was carried out by an ambulance. Literally,
yeah.
It looked like screaming broccoli.
Which did you see on YouTube or was like?
I think it was on YouTube.
Yeah,
I think you posted. I think you posted it, and I was like, I gotta listen to this.
Wow, Maran listens to my podcast.
Yeah. Well, I know Billy Persidi got really mad at one of my podcasts.
Why?
What?
He interviewed a high-profile men's rights activist from London.
A what activist?
Men's rights activist.
Men's rights activist. Isn't Billy Procida a men's rights activist?
I think he is. I think they're both equally loathsome.
I think if Billy Procida is angry at something you did, then you're doing it right.
Yeah.
Wasn't he keeping bets for Fight Club?
Yeah, he was the bookie for a while.
Yeah, he came up to me one night. He was like, $20, put it on. I was like, no, get away from me.
Yeah, what a nut.
I like that. I like
still around. Like he's
on this week. He's on tomorrow night. Well, I don't know when this comes out.
No, it comes out
today.
Okay, then tomorrow night. Our return. My return from brain surgery.
Tomorrow night's the first.
Tomorrow night's first Fight Club back. Yep, Brain Man. My first. Well, tonight at Comic Book Jones was my first time on stage.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow,
you haven't been
awesome.
up at all.
Nope. It was like this. I just got back to work this week, and this was like the week they told me if I'm feeling good, I could get back to work and stand up.
Yeah, I guess so.
And kind of my plan was to like have my first time on stage be at Comedy Fight Club, but then you offered me. I'm like, I'm not gonna not do Comic Book Jones.
You get to do a little stand up, and then tomorrow night you get the whole thing.
You get into the rhythm.
Yeah.
Well, around when everyone was doing Fight Club, like a lot of the Staten Island guys, we were running the Comic Book Jones show, so it was like always like kind of
Yeah.
Plus, I had like it was like a crossover because I always had Castertano and
Yeah.
Crespo. You can't. I think you never.
I haven't done Helmet But Jones.
Right,
I know
okay.
Justin Lanza and Andrew Castertano always told me
They
how
were
great of a
always
show it
there,
is.
yeah.
Yeah, Lanza used to go up and just kill.
Lanza loves Staten Island.
He
He
loves-
does a lot of. He does really well. Whenever
The
he
last
comes out
time he came out here, or maybe a time before then, he did a show at a barbershop for us, Justin. He goes up, and it's funny, ironically, he's in a barbershop, and he has the weird.
Yeah.
And they're just looking at him like, who is this fucking Klansman? It's a black barbershop where the Wu-Tang Clan just started. So we're like, he came all the way out, and it was only a few of us, and we are like, listen, we're gonna head to a party. We're gonna head to a house party. You got to come with, hang out for a little bit. But I always thought Justin was like a partier. I always thought like he drank.
No, he's straight edge.
No, I know.
Yeah.
totally sober. Yeah.
We go to this party. It's all black people and Puerto Ricans, and the minute he walks in, okay, shut up. it's all very nice African American people.
There he is. There's my African American.
They're my friends.
Jesus.
They are very nice.
Calm down, Mateo.
And Lanza comes walking in. They're all just looking at him. He just starts dancing in the middle.
My friend Amari just goes, that Duck Dynasty looking ass motherfucker in the room.
He is not the father.
He didn't say that.
Mateo.
Mateo, he wasn't even there.
Can you imagine bringing him?
Oh, I would never bring him.
He would have like a conversation
I
about
never-
stones with some black
Mateo, I'll bring you anywhere, but I'll never bring you to a house.
Stuff that was voodoo.
Mateo would be the guy. Be like, oh, I remember that night. Mateo, you weren't there.
I didn't say that. Don't put words.
You implied it.
Don't put words in my mouth.
I'm actually
Don't make fun of Mateo. The last time someone made fun of Mateo on this podcast, he started dancing in the middle of the whole.
and then had to
You don't want to make
taken away
Mateo.
the
You don't want to make Mateo sound ridiculous.
I already wear it. I do, bitch.
I'm going to Noam Chomsky's house later.
Oh, hello. This is very pleased to meet you.
That's not how we talk.
Oh, hello. My name is Noam Chomsky. Oh, Mateo, you look very handsome today.
You also plan to interview Richard Spencer.
I did. I didn't want to.
You interviewed Richard Spencer?
Yeah.
Did you guys find common ground?
No, like I just felt it was 35 minutes. He's just like it was just because it wasn't live. It was more hateful than usual. So I was like, I can't fucking air this.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you didn't air it?
No,
you gotta air it. Come on. It's not you saying it, unless it was you saying it.
No, I wasn't saying
Was it you saying?
I actually interviewed another guy who's I'm not gonna say his name. He's a fucking narcissist and he's awful. But I interviewed a guy who's actually affiliated with it. It was a live stream. It was on my
The leader of a white nationalist group, I'll say, but this guy is too far.
Because he's a narcissist. Could you just name the guy?
I really don't. Because he's vitriolic. I will say it off mic. I'll send you the file too.
I don't think
To be
anyone.
honest, none of us can even know.
Honestly,
who he is.
no one is.
Right,
Yeah.
I'm not even. I don't know who it is.
No
at
one's
all.
putting the pieces to the puzzle together at all.
It's Jerry Lawley.
I'm not gonna say his name, but he's a high-profile like commentator on 4chan.
Oh Jesus! No one knows
Wow,
that.
that's boring.
Is it Pepe the Frog? I don't know. Just say the guy's name.
Say his name.
I don't want to.
Just say his name.
Very low.
What?
Very low.
Jesus! No one knows that. No one
Yeah,
knows.
I don't want. He's probably gonna find me and shit on this, and he's gonna troll me and stuff.
That will be one more listener to the
Mateo,
podcast.
how could you? Mateo, how could you do that to me?
He sounds just like Noam Chomsky.
Prolific interviewer, Mateo Pascali.
Was it the Russian one? Was it the guy I had for works for Al Jazeera?
Wait, what?
What's that?
I don't remember the details of the Russian video I listened to. I just remember seeing you were talking about Russian conspiracy theories, and I just remember listening to it. I don't remember the details of it.
It didn't stick with you, Matt.
No.
Russian conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
Really?
And it wasn't even like the Russians hacking the election. It was like,
Russian.
yeah, I don't remember. It wasn't aliens, but it seemed like something of that realm. Like,
It was about cybernetic, like
yeah, something cybernetic. Yeah, I don't remember. It was words I didn't understand. I didn't know how you understood that.
the guy interviewed works for Al Jazeera. Though, so I was like, I don't know.
I said this about Mateo. I told this to Terranova. I was like, he's no one I never met. I never met someone like Mateo. Like, I grew up out here. I talked to.
I'd be
firemen.
concerned if you did.
I mean, yeah, like this. He's like this well-read,
Very cultured, right?
Yeah,
Is that it?
it's incredible. And also, you speak Sicilian.
Yeah, I
heard.
do.
Speak a little bit.
And why? It's a better place to
Mi amici sorry, mi amici di mi parla italiano, so non capisci sa parlare on inglese.
He said capisci.
A buongiorno.
What did that mean?
My friends told me to speak Italian. They understand no words.
What does capici mean?
Capisci is past tense. They told me to speak.
Oh,
They told me to speak.
Wait, is that like capiche?
Yeah, no,
yeah.
capisci is present. Capisci is past tense.
Okay. So like when you say like understand, it means understand? All right. Yeah. There you go.
Like capiche. Yeah.
Capiche? Yeah.
But he said capisci, so.
Capiche? Yeah. You understood that? Yeah.
Well, thank you for listening to this episode of Rosetta Stone. We're
It was funny on the way here. We were talking about the first time you saw Andrew Castertano.
Yeah,
and it was like you were like, "What the fuck is this?" Right? Like,
yeah. I mean, well, I've talked to him since he was trying to figure out what he's doing now, and I had never seen anyone do what he does now. So seeing someone try and figure it out was even more confusing.
Right.
Yeah, he's great. Like when
I love him. Yeah.
People they love him out here on Staten Island. Like,
that's one of my favorite things I got to do with Fight Club was make him an official and just give him a segment on the show where you can just do him,
and he kills
every time.
I love it when he does that. That's the funniest I see him, and he's great all the time.
Yeah,
it's because like you said, he just goes wild. He has 5 minutes where he can just do whatever he wants.
Yeah,
everyone loves that. And it's one of the best parts of the show. He goes up like you put him up like
at
last,
the end,
right?
yeah.
And he goes up and he does his stuff and. Yeah, I remember the first time I saw him. I was like, "Oh fuck this guy." But his mother probably loves the way he like dances and sings. And then of course he does like a joke about his mom liking the way he dances and sings. And then like the second time you see him, you get used to it, and then you see him over and over, and he just destroys. He kills at Mike's like at Alligator Lounge. He'll go up and just the whole fucking.
He's just really fucking funny. Like,
it's
he just messaged me today to pick him up. Like he wanted to ride. He just goes, "I need my boys." But I read it in like that fucking voice, like the Bobby Balls voice. Yeah, and I'm just like laughing. Like it's fucking hilarious.
He has this joke about Five Guys. It's so
that is
that joke is like that. Like my eyes opened. I was like, "This is the best thing."
His Chick-fil-A joke also.
Oh yeah, right. It's a fast. Right, he has this fast food bit.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Your panel is amazing because they're all really, really funny, and you all you guys get together, and it's like this kind of
except for that guy Nikolai.
To be honest, he didn't come to. I'm sorry. He's a nice guy.
Does that guy not have a segment?
No, he doesn't have a segment. He's our social media hipster. Right. So we, when some of the other officials aren't there, I've given him a segment. I'll like have him fill one of the segments. At first, it was kind of like he was like our off camera, but I wanted to give him a spot on the stage, like give him recognition.
For the record, I do like that.
Rick Rue was into Generation X also.
Yes, yeah.
People don't remember exactly what happened.
But yeah, Maddie recently stepped down. She's got a lot of other stuff going on. She wasn't able to make it a lot of the time, so we promoted Sally Ann Hall and Mia Faith Hammond, which I'm excited. And they've been giving them segments, and they've been killing it every time. Also,
Mia's hilarious.
Yeah, she's the official orphan of Comedy Fight Club, and Sally Ann Hall is our official women's studies major.
And then so you all like even at the heart of it, where you had the Maddie, Chris, Andrew, and Liza, and yourself, it's like this really good combination of comedians. And that's why another reason why the show just worked. It works.
It's just we all have good chemistry with each.
I'm sorry. Does he do everything so fucking loud? He snorts like a. Come over.
I've been a naughty boy. Give me a spanking.
I'm paying a huge
compliment.
Chomsky,
give him spanking.
Here's me paying a huge compliment to my peers, and I hear fucking snorting, and you have some honk there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do that with my podcast. I assembled Mateo Pascali, and
people think that Mateo is you.
Yeah, I know.
The people have watched the live stream at my job. They're like, well, your brother dances? And I'm like, he does, but like
people confuse me from Mateo.
Yeah, no, and they say he looks like me.
He looks just like you.
I get very insulted. We do not look alike. What do you think? Mateo looks like a young Al Pacino from what I hear.
Right.
And your grandfather looks like Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
Neither of you look like either of those guys.
They don't.
Yeah, you look like a version of each other. Yeah.
No, I don't think
a
so.
Version of
Definitely a virgin.
I am a virgin.
A version of each other. There you go. But that is very funny.
That's
But you don't look like anything like Al Pacino. I hate to tell you that.
It's liberal. It's a liberal. It's a liberal view.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like I was watching Serpico earlier. I mean, there's a bad example because you had a mustache and long hair.
Yeah.
But if we put a mustache on you and long hair, you would look nothing like Al Pacino.
Oh, I think it looked
My
just like him.
mustaches are fucking terrible. Absolutely just terrible.
Mustaches.
Yeah, I have photos.
No, I've seen him.
You
with mustache.
Yeah.
I think I've seen. I think you posted one at one point.
Yeah.
that was scary.
Remember that time you almost got Noam Chomsky to do your podcast, and he was like, "Is that Al Pacino?"
He saw the mustache and said, "No, thank you."
Like, ah.
Would you have you? How many guests have you have on your show now?
The new one?
Yeah.
Oh, it's
What's the?
Let's Be Idiots.
Let's be idiots.
Yeah, let's be
Appropriately
honest,
titled.
I've had you guys,
Yeah.
the Rabel brothers twice.
Did they
You
write
only have
everything?
brothers on the show.
I've
Does Noam Chomsky have a brother?
had Tommy
Oh,
Farrell.
well, this is my brother.
A few other people. I don't want to give it away, but Dan Pearl was going to be next week. We just arranged.
Yeah, I'll make sure not to listen to that one.
Okay, good.
I'm a big goddamn fan. So, anyway.
Well, we're 40 minutes in. You want to take a quick break?
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got plenty of time. Sure.
That's right. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I have one thing to say. Okay, so you said you're talking about brain surgery.
Jesus Christ.
We're just starting the show. The show's just starting.
First off, I thought you were going to propose a toast. You were like, I have one thing.
So off air, me and Patrick and Mateo were talking, and I said something about the brain surgery. And Mateo goes, "I just thought of a joke, but I'm going to wait till we're on the air." And then as soon as he hit, he's like, "Okay, so Matt."
Oh, this was a bit that you were going to do?
Yeah, I was
Oh,
saying,
man. Okay, go.
Like, would you
Let's hear
ever,
it.
you need a brain surgery? You ever let Ben Carson operate your brain?
Nice.
Was that
That's a good metaphor. That's a good metaphor.
I mean, he's a good brain surgeon.
I'm glad we waited for that one.
yeah, he's just a bad politician.
Yeah.
One of the comments on like when I put up the post on Facebook about it was like, "I hope Ben Carson is your surgeon." He's like, he's a good surgeon.
Yeah.
There you go, Mateo. See, you know.
Are you going to interview Ben Carson on Let's Be Idiots?
Hello, I'm Ben Carson.
I did. I should have done Russian. As soon as I came out of the surgery, my parents came out. The first thing I did was start speaking to them in Spanish to fuck with them. I don't know any Russian though, but I do. They said no. Crespo was telling me like people come out speaking a different language.
Purple skin.
Is that French?
No, it's Polish. Or would
Polish.
You like, would you like a cup of tea and some cabbage inside?
Hold on a second. You know Polish?
No.
Say.
No, I barely know any Polish. I can get around the country, but it's okay.
That's also if you're gonna know one thing in a language, asking for tea and cabbage is a weird choice.
Tea and cabbage.
Very impressive that you actually got that out.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard of anyone speaking in a different accent after surgery. That'd be funny though.
That's true. No, that's
That happens.
Oh, I've heard English. Yeah, people speaking with English accents.
Yeah.
There's like,
Right.
do you know like British comic Abu Bobby?
That sounds familiar.
He's in a lot of movies playing terrorists and stuff, but it's like he has a bit like where he does.
Appropriately casted. Yeah, we need levity to this Flight 93 movie.
Mateo knows all the actors who are typecast as terrorists.
He has a bit where people get like brain surgery and wake up like having a different accent. And this woman, this is true. A woman in Britain had brain surgery. She woke up speaking a Jamaican accent, and then punches. Oh my God, I'm totally devastated.
He loves to do a Jamaican accent. He's done this before on the show. And I noticed. I never heard anyone do a Jamaican accent.
Oh yeah, Mateo man. Yeah.
Would you like a bigger penis?
My name is Noam Chomsky.
Go back and forth.
Yeah, man. My name is Noam Chomsky. It is very pleased to meet you, man. Yeah.
Meet my friend Ben Carson. I am Ben Carson.
This is good stuff.
Oh, man. So, also, you know, it's on Fight Club's on Gas Digital now.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
how's that transition now? Like that's
That's been pretty smooth. I mean, at first we had to like figure out what like lighting and
Right.
filming and the audio. We took over the Roastmasters RSS feed, so all the subscribers from Roastmasters now subscribe to Fight Club.
Right.
So there's a podcast version of the show also.
How do we do that?
I mean, I didn't actually do it. They just told me.
at first because like they're a rough fan base. Like when it
Yeah.
comes to Gas Digital because they're derived from the Opie and Anthony fan base.
Yeah.
So a lot of those old O&A fans now, I guess, have like become fans of Legion of Skanks.
Yeah.
And they're like the toughest fans. Like,
Yeah.
they're just not anything new.
Of course,
they're
yeah.
just gonna hate right away.
Yeah,
'Cause
like
it's-
every YouTube comment was awful.
Yeah,
yeah,
like-
I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah,
I was
so gay. Right.
Yeah.
It's like Marin's no Gomez. And
Yeah,
when Gomez
exactly.
was starting, it was like Gomez is no Jim Norton.
Yeah.
So it's like it's hard, because it's just they don't no comedy fan likes anything new. It's
Yeah.
like even like when I was
You're replacing the thing that I once loved.
right exactly.
I used to love
I
this.
think no one likes Nanette.
Well, she's not new.
Yeah, she's
I mean,
not that's special.
And she doesn't do comedy.
Yeah.
That's right.
yeah, exactly. So
telling it like it is.
That's like a rough fan base,
Yeah.
but I think they'll warm up to everything.
I'm sure eventually you develop a fan base. Some of the people fall off, and we'll have people who weren't there before that come in. But yeah, I mean, we built this from nothing into something now.
We built this.
So I figure, we'll just keep doing what,
Because
it
it is funny because for anyone out there, if you're listening to this fucking show, but
we're talking about a fan base. Wow, that's no.
what is that like?
What is that like?
But it is funny because it's like you started the show from a basement and now it's become the top roast show of New York City.
Right.
It's not like Matt. It's not like you were picked out of nowhere and this is the guy who we're going forward with. And no, it's like you earned this.
and all the roast at a certain point, all the Roastmasters lineups were all Fight Club people.
Right, they were. Yeah.
They were texting me and asking me for recommendations for people.
I think also was at the height of Roastmasters, right? Because I mean, in October of last year, when you were doing it, Pontello was doing, Maddie, Davison, Boswell. That was when that channel was huge.
When me, Maddie, and Chris all made it to the finals of the tournament, it was us and JP McDade. And JP was he's one of the original Roastmasters guys.
Yeah.
But it was and he held his own completely. I think there was some part of all the new people and the old pers. Is it a changing of the guard? It's the old people are still all great. It wasn't anything like that.
And also it's kind of weird because they're not really old people because it's only been around for 3 years.
Yeah, they're just people who got into that scene early.
Yeah, I mean it's so new.
And they're people I've known for years from open mics. Also,
of course, it's not this has been 15 years of roast battle.
Oh yeah, like Eli Sayers.
I knew Eli when I was first starting doing stand up.
Yeah, when we were first starting out, we used to see Eli. It's not like he's he's been around for 15 years.
Yeah,
and if you beat Eli, you beat the fucking best. And even though he is great,
it's a big deal if you beat him.
Course, yeah. So it's so old new. It's when was the first roast battle? I don't even know.
It was in L.A.
But what years?
2014, 15.
YouTube says around October 2014.
Earlier.
Yeah.
Oh wow! So not that long ago.
The first Fight Club was September 11th, 2015.
Someone say that's the
2015, September 11th was the first Fight Club.
best thing to come out.
Did you do that on purpose or that just the way?
I mean, it was around that time when it was around that time, and we were, Ben Switzer was actually the first one to do a comedy Fight Club.
Okay.
I was on the first one, and the second one, I was helping a lot of people write their jokes for it. So, and also before that, people were just going to open mics and doing roast battles in between open mic sets.
Well, I remember being at mics and someone would be like, "Oh, I'm roast battling someone in 2 days. Can I run the jokes?" And you don't
not even that. I mean, at open mics, after someone's set, two people would go up and roast battle each other in between the sets because roast battle had just come to New York from LA.
Okay,
and that summer Crespo did his birthday roast, and a bunch of us won. I went up last, and it was the best I've ever done to that point. So then roast battles came, and my style when I was starting out was pretty one-linery.
Right.
So a lot of people would come to me and ask me for help writing their jokes. I got paid. I've still gotten paid by people to write their roast jokes, which is on show. Yeah, but it's on shows that it's that we're all doing, and it's I'll take the money,
So basically, you're doing a roast bar show, and
and
paying you for it.
people
we're all Facebook friends with Freddie G. We know,
right? But yeah, so it was. Then Ben Switzer started doing them at different open mics, and I didn't want to do a roast battle at first. I'm I like the days, I like the traditional thing,
right.
I like the jokes. Yeah. I liked writing the jokes and everything. And then me and Crespo were the main event of the first ever Fight Club. Ben asked us if we would do it. I'm I'll roast Chris again,
Right.
And then
the way you do it, your character during Comedy Fight Club is someone who it's your in a regular
Yes.
roast.
Yeah.
Like you're roasting the room. You can roast anybody. So you're kind of the roast man. You are.
Yeah.
You're the roast master general or whatever.
Because the
you wanna call it.
traditional roast is very, it's so nostalgic with comedy because of Dean Martin roast.
Yeah.
And then you got the Friars Club roast.
And it's also, I like the idea of it being a friendly thing that we're all doing. Like,
right, yeah.
because when you're going to say extremely awful, offensive things, it's important for it to be done like,
Tastefully.
I think
or with somebody who's in on it.
Yeah, I think, and then this, I'm curious about your opinion on this because you are the guy, the roast guy now.
Yeah.
Like I think the best roasts are always where it's really offensive, but there's tribute to the person being.
Well, like we did the roast with Tim, right?
Right.
Yeah, and it was not that at all.
People were legitimately going up and saying, "Fuck you, you're a terrible person."
And
No, I thought it was really funny.
no, by all means, it was very entertaining and really funny. But people had disdain for this guy,
No,
you
they
know.
do. Of course they
and
do.
and not everyone that was a part of that roast had disdain for
Like
him.
the best Howard Stern roast, I think, was the Daniel Carver roast. I don't know if you ever heard
Yeah.
that. You heard that?
Yeah.
Daniel Carver was the leader of the Ku Klux Klan.
He was
was
a
a
grand
grand
wizard of a
dragon,
chapter.
whatever.
Yeah.
This Grand Wizard.
And they brought up a number of African American comics, and a lot of them bombed.
Yeah.
Even Corey Holcomb, who's hilarious,
Yeah.
he bombed bad on that.
Yeah.
And then Gilbert Godfrey went up.
He killed.
and he destroyed.
Yeah.
And but it was very entertaining, but it wasn't. It was entertaining. It wasn't funny. And then I listened to the Ari Lang roast,
That was
which
great.
was
Oh, yeah.
great,
So
and they had
good.
legitimate great jokes during it.
Yeah.
And I would watch the Comedy Central roast growing up.
Yeah.
And the only good one I ever liked was the James Franco one.
I love
Oh, that was
I love
good.
them all.
Yeah.
I
You like
grew
them
up
all?
on them.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, for me, it was like first comedy I like knew as a kid was like Friends, Jerry Seinfeld,
Yeah.
Ellen DeGeneres, and that's what I thought of comedy was Friends.
Right.
And then the first time I watched like South Park,
Yeah.
and I watched the Comedy Central roast, Tough Crowd with Colin Quinn.
Sure.
That was like there's this whole other world of comedy I never knew, and made me laugh more than anything.
Exactly, yeah.
And so the Comedy Central roast was like an influence on my sense of humor. I wanted to do a roast before I ever thought of doing comedy.
Really?
In college, I was in a club, community service club, and I wanted to roast our president when he left. Just I like loved the roast.
Well, they even have that, like, even like no, like let's just say normal people, but that's a tradition. When like a boss retires, they'll have like the workers go up and say
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
And it's usually a roast.
Well, the first, just on the Comedy Central roast, the Pam Anderson one, I think that might have been one of the first ones.
Yeah.
Right? And that lineup is you have Jeff Ross, you have Greg Giraldo,
Nick
DiPaolo.
Great.
And it's like these are, all these people you can't see on TV anymore.
Yeah.
Except for Jeff Ross. But, and Lisa Lampanelli was like
Yeah.
really funny. And then they had, the mix with,
The reason why I say the James Franco one I liked the best was
It was his
because
friends.
It was
Yeah.
all his friends. During, like you had, like, and they were all big stars at the time.
yeah.
I think
Like
my personal favorite is the roast of Cat Williams. I mean, the Flavor Flav.
Flavor Flav, yeah.
Yeah.
You think they all look the same?
Cat Williams hosted it.
Yeah. And a black.
Cat Williams hosted that.
Yeah,
Oh, I
he's
didn't
Like,
know that.
I thought you were going to say Cat Williams hosted the Justin Bieber one. Like, no, that was Kevin Hart.
No, as I was saying,
Do you remember when Cat Williams put those tweets out about gay guys?
Yeah. Hello, I am Cat Williams.
I like Cat Williams,
question
please.
for you. So with the new show going to stand, are you is it going to be judge based or audience based?
I think both. We're going to mix it both in. If we can get a judges table with Big J and Voss, I'm not going to say no.
Yeah.
I think the funniest roast was when Jamie Foxx roasted that guy.
Oh, my
Right?
God.
I think his name was.
Oh, man.
It was so bad. That was it was funny because I watched them when I was like 15, 16 years old.
Yeah.
And I never thought like a comedian bombs. Like, like I thought like this is the comedian. He's going to go up and make you laugh. So that's the first time
You
I
never
ever
see it.
Ever seen one where it's like, and you feel so bad for the guy.
This is your conscious speaking, right?
And- yeah. And it's Jamie Foxx who's in his prime, and he's like
He's a star.
He's a star.
Yeah, that's the Shaquille O'Neal roast.
Right,
Yeah.
that's what that was.
I don't think it was the Shaq roast. It was someone else.
Emmett
getting roasted.
Smith.
Emmett Smith was
Emmett,
getting
yeah.
roasted, but Shaquille O'Neal presents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And, oh, God. You fucking...
Bombs hard.
and you watch it, you're like,
This other guy bombed. Jamie Foxx did.
no, Jamie Foxx was killing.
Yeah.
He was the roast master, and the one guy, and it's literally a guy who probably was, working comic in the clubs that no one knew. He gets his big shot, and Jamie Foxx is just fucking it up for him.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he goes a good 2 minutes of bombing first, and then Jamie Foxx goes on his mic and starts
destroying.
kind of heckle, not even heckling, just like saving the show more
Saving
so.
it. And then I watched when later on that same roast, Jeff Ross goes up.
Yeah.
And I think Monique immediately starts heckling him and going like, no, don't bring that shit over here. And Jeff Ross is so fucking good. The Jeff Ross, people like today, I think, because he's been doing it for so long, he's been roasting for so long.
Yeah.
People don't understand how really good he really was.
Yeah.
Like he's like, because I think on the Comedy Central roast, he's like, he plays a character. Like he comes out like during the,
well, no matter what, he's like the guy.
Yeah.
So, and he also closes the roast now, right?
Yeah,
all the time, right?
Yeah.
Because he comes out.
I mean, he's later on. He doesn't necessarily always close.
He
it.
comes out on the James Franco one. He's wearing like the braids in his hair.
And
it's like,
right.
He doesn't need to do that.
No,
My
but
favorite-
he does it now because that's his biggest thing is
favorite
being on the
roast-
shows. But back like some of the earlier ones, he would just go up there and just be the best thing.
Yeah.
You know, he would just
My
be very
favorite
good.
roast he did is like section is like his part was he dressed up like Muammar Gaddafi.
Oh yeah, that was for the Hasselhoff
Yeah.
one, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Of course, he would like that one.
That one I didn't like.
And the black.
Hello, I am Omar Gaddafi.
The bliss. Yes.
I think I went from Russian to Jamaican halfway through that one. I ended on Jamaican.
That's exactly what.
I am Muammar Gaddafi.
That's exactly what happened on the podcast. We were starting with Russians, and now we're. I thought like in the beginning those roasts, like the first couple of years, I liked the fact that it was like guys you never seen before.
Yeah.
Now it seems like today that like I saw Pete Davidson,
Yeah.
And Nikki Glazer.
What do you
I'm
think
like,
about him roasting?
Pete Davidson. I thought he did. I mean, it was one he did. I thought I liked it.
Yeah, he did the Bieber one, right?
Bieber.
He did the Bieber
No,
one
he
and
did,
two of
Rob
them.
Lowe.
Rob Lowe too.
And Rob Lowe.
Oh, he did. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he
do
did
both.
Bieber
Yeah.
and Rob Lowe. See,
Yeah.
like when he did Bieber, it was like, oh, this guy is going to make it, and be really famous. And then he comes back, and it's like, oh, well, all right, he made it already.
Yeah.
Like
I've kind of not really been picky. I've enjoyed all the unless someone bombs, like Situation bombed.
Well, he shouldn't have been there.
But I'm just saying, other than ones like that, I think everyone does well all the time, and even because the actors and people you don't expect to do well just have good jokes written for them. And then Peyton Manning was great.
oh yeah, Ed Norton.
Yeah.
Last year.
Yeah, all those guys. I have never seen a Comedy Central roast. Every year I watch it and I'm like, another one. It's going to be corny now. I'm not going to enjoy it as much, and I like it every time.
It's definitely.
Was the Rob Lowe one and Coulter was on the day?
Yeah,
she bombed so hard.
She bombed too.
She bombed so hard.
I disagree. I thought that was really funny.
I thought she was kind of funny there.
That was hilarious.
Artie Lang wrote a few of her
What I was
jokes.
saying is really funny is that she can dish out people if she can't take it.
That's true.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't think
She did not
stood
enjoy.
there just kind of
all the jokes about her, she didn't enjoy at all.
Well, she kind of sat there and she had the most weird.
She was biting her.
look.
She was biting her upper lip.
Didn't Rob Lowe? I heard he requested that she be on the days, didn't he?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think she was promoting a book at the time, and that's
Yeah.
why she sat in with them.
Okay.
I don't know the connection between her.
She
No,
also
that
was
was like-
obviously
that's like what I
uncomfortable
heard.
once she started bombing. She
Oh, yeah.
It seems like she's used to playing to her crowd.
That's the funny thing about the Comedy Central roast, that when you get like the Situation and Coulter, and I'm sure there was one or two like who are celebrities who aren't used to doing stand up. I mean, and it is a roast, so it's a little different. But when I used to watch the D. Martin roast, you'll get like what's his name? Who's the Orson Welles goes up and just destroys.
Oh, he's so
Yeah.
funny.
He kills,
Yeah.
and he's not a comic.
Yeah.
But it's just like that natural talent takes over these
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah,
That's what's
but they're
great
still
about it.
performers. I feel like someone like, especially Situation,
not.
he doesn't perform for crowds.
They were putting him up, and then that's why I think Pete's on the shows now, because they were putting him up to get that younger crowd.
Yeah,
Right,
wait,
right.
I don't remember the situation because I just don't. But how early in the roast did he go up?
It was somewhere in the
It
middle.
was somewhere in the middle, and
middle towards the end.
and it was like a mega bomb. It was where
I've seen it on YouTube. I've seen it on YouTube. I don't remember watching the whole
I
thing.
think it was somewhere in the middle towards the back.
And this was
That
Trump.
makes
It's a
sense.
Trump roast. This
Yeah.
is Donald
Yeah,
Trump.
Trump.
So.
Yeah.
Donald
That's
Trump,
amazing how he was roasted.
Well, it was,
right, and now he's the president. Fucking
and it was also like
You know what? I don't. It's fucking boggles my mind. He can take being roasted Comedy Central, but he can't take the correspondence dinner.
Well, Artie Lang tells a story where they did Trump was roasted at the Friars Club.
Yeah.
And Artie went up and roasted him for 6 minutes, and Trump called in the next day on Stern and was like, "Yeah, Artie did fantastic and all that." And then Artie said something during the interview about Trump. I forget what it was. He said something like, I guess, off color, and then Trump went into immediately bashing Artie.
Yeah.
He was like, no, he was actually Artie did terribly. Bombed. He was terrible. He was very insulting, and that's how I guess how petty. But I guess during the Comedy Central roast, he was I guess he took it well.
He took it fine. He was sitting there like
loving it,
like someone who was sitting at the dais of a dinner, like a wedding or something. Like he was just like,
When they were right before I was in for the surgery, I had to be in ICU because I could have died at any moment. And, I was on 24-hour watch. I had to do neuro tests on the hour every hour, and they would ask me different questions like, "Where are you? What's your name? What's the birthday?" And the one where they were trying to mix up the question, they asked me who the president is, and I was like, Donald Trump? It actually took a second to be like, wait, yeah, it is.
Really sad. I actually can relate to that story.
And I'm like, this means like the answer I would give, and they say there's something wrong with you.
That's really sad. I can strongly relate to that.
It's amazing.
Yeah, 20 years ago, they would have put you away.
It really is truly amazing that he is the president. Like, it really is. If you saw this in a comedy, like a fucking a Wayne's Brother comedy 10 years ago, who's the president in 2018, and they were like, Donald Trump's going to be president, you'd be like, that's the worst joke of all time. That's fucking terrible. And he's literally the fucking president.
I
mean, whatever, people voted for him.
That's like saying
I'm not even exactly anti-Trump, by the way.
That's like saying the Lincoln Memorial is going to be the president. Like just a statue is going to be the president.
Like in 10 years.
Yeah, if it was painted orange. Okay.
How far
would you like to do Letterman or Colbert? It's not Letterman anymore.
Hey, hey, Matt, this is the doctor speaking. Who's the late night host on CBS?
I still think Letterman's on the air. Get back into surgery.
Yeah, right.
We can cut here and then we'll just keep recording.
Yeah, we'll record in an hour.
Okay, yeah.
This will be the end of. Hold on, hang on. Let Zombie have a final.
Well, you want to say something?
Yeah, why not?
Goodbye, everybody.
Okay.
Johnny got a toy golf set when he was 3, and from that day on, he was hooked. All he wanted to do was golf, golf, golf. He'd be on the links before school, after school. All he ever wanted was to go pro. And then, one day, when he was holding his grandson and thinking about his 12 handicap, Johnny realized it just might not happen for him. But you know what did happen for him? He switched to Geico and saved a bunch of money on car insurance. So that was good, and so was hanging out with his grandson.
Technology Truths, brought to you by Geico.
Technology Truths.
Truth. Teenagers can communicate entirely in emojis.
How was the birthday party? Pizza slice, kitten, soccer ball, pineapple?
Truth. It's so easy to switch and save on car insurance at geico.com.
What are you talking about? Paperclip, shoulder shrug, high five, wizard hat? What?
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.